Hello and welcome back. I didn't get a great deal sort of accomplished on the railway this week, but I did spend one evening fooling around with this group of locomotives that are lying on the railway. I think I said a week or so ago there's now too much lying around to sort of move stuff around. So I got the 4 lines running with what was available on the rails. So I've got the B12 with those lovely 9-inch blood and custard coaches, and the Britannia with a set of brick wagons, a couple of them with the loads there, and they're sort of charging around the inside line really nicely. Now I had this lot running for the sort of better part of 35 minutes with sort of incident free. I had the camera in my hand, I just took a number of shots which I thought sort of worked out quite nicely, especially when they were edited down. So there's the Silver King, those northeastern style tin plate coaches, those flat wagons with the timber load is what I was trying to say, not tin plate load, but tin plate guards van on the back there. And we've got the Hornby 00 class 20 type locomotive there, making really light work of those. They are quite a heavy load. 2 of those wagons have got the plastic wheels, they've got axle and wheel set all in one. B12 about to storm through the station here. This has turned out to be a really lovely runner. It's an unboxed one I've had for a long time. Smoke unit disconnected, but it is effortless with these coaches. It does have the magnetesian tin plate brick wagons there. That's a satisfying shot when they're coming around the outside of the railway together there. Silver King going to tear off in front of it now. Shadow of me in the camera along the railway there. I did get to visit a model railway show this week. It was put on by the Blyth and Tyne Model Railway Society at Christchurch Hall here in North Shields. So that was on Saturday the 30th of October. It was on the Sunday so I'll get the words out right here. Saturday 30th of September and Sunday 1st of October is what I meant to say. I visited at lunchtime on the 30th of September. I was there for about an hour. I had another engagement that afternoon which I had to get to, so I didn't spend quite as long there as I'd wanted to. And as it was lunchtime, I think that a couple of the layouts there were sort of having a rest while their operators were having some lunch. So I've got some interesting footage we'll have a look at in a moment. There's a terrific B12. Just look at those wheels, effortless, coming around the railway there. Really, really stunning locomotive. And there's those 2 00 trains. I think we'll just sort of have a look at the footage now, and then we'll have a look at a couple of things on the railway after that.
It's the correct route for the coaches. Because we've got an American member of the club. You see, that's wrong. And if it goes fast enough, you can see the lights at the front of it. And the stick of wood, the smelly stick. How's the controller?
Hope you enjoyed that bit of footage. Didn't get to spend quite as long there as I wanted to, as I hadn't really realised the show was on. I discovered it just at the last minute by seeing the sign outside the Model Railway Club above Asda, and I thought I'd better go along, but I already had plans for the afternoon. So just put those in the siding, and over the recent week or so I've discovered that this point here is becoming a little bit sticky, the throw on it, unfortunately. So if we just have a quick look at that, let me see if I can swap hands with the camera here, and we'll grab switch number 7. So if we make that one go straight, and it's when it goes curved, typically it's working now. When I want to demonstrate it not working, one more time, straight and then curved. Maybe it self-fixed itself. So that was throwing before and then not quite getting the blade across. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. That'll be a bit of a pain if I've got to take that one all the way out of there. So to get back to that one, pretty much all of that's got to come out, which is annoying. So let's keep the fingers crossed there. So I've been having a think about this tunnel. Let me just close point number 1 while we're at it before I forget. There we go, we'll close that. So I've been thinking this over, and this has to be positioned so very carefully for things to pass through it, and I think it's actually changed shape since I've had it out on the railway, and it really didn't like these longer coaches when I had them the other day. Let's just grab this one. So we had these on the railway, I think, with the B12? I can't remember now. And I definitely couldn't get a position on the tunnel for these slightly longer coaches. I did say I may not use many of these coaches on the railway, but that's a little bit of a restriction, although I do like the other coaches. So I was having to think about that, and it really does seem to have shrunken and just sort of distorted while it's been out on the railway. I don't know whether that's just natural or whether it's just been out in the ambient change of temperature we've had recently. So yeah, I think these came along in the late 50s, I think, and stayed in the catalogue till early 60s. I did write that down somewhere. I can't remember where I've put the notes. We'll grab the notes and have a quick look, because I did go to the trouble of writing this down. We've lost the pen. Yeah, so the Young Fog Rubber Tunnel, R176, 1959 to 62. So what I was thinking was the plastic tunnel that came along in the late Tyne Railways range, R576, came along 64, and it's possibly still in production. I'm not quite sure, but I think it was definitely a long-running model. When I was a child, it was still in production. In the 70s, it was definitely there. So I've dug out the box, but not quite got it out. Let's have a quick look. We'll pick up the pencil and get rid of that. So we've got a number of interesting things in here. When I opened the box, I thought it might be quite nice just to have a look at a couple of these items. We'll just turn it round. I'm not going to go through the entire box. So I'd forgotten I'd got those at the tail end of the System 6 track going down. I think that's R214, if I remember. There's something missing. There's been a gummed label on the end of there. So I think that's basically the whiskey wagon without the top on it, just moulded in grey. And I've got a pair of those. I did think I had a loose one, but I have had a search for it, and my notes on the list of items I've got don't indicate I've got a loose one, but I thought I had a loose one. And again, there's nothing on the end of that box. Let's just have a look at there. So it says R214 hopper wagon there, and it's got 52 pence on there. So quite nice items. Let's just pop those in a place of safety for a moment or two. So I think we've seen these level crossings before. So there's a R414 double track level crossing. That's for the Super 4. Let's just have a quick look at that, if the top will come off. I'm not going to take all of these things out of here. So that's got a Tyne Railways instruction leaflet with it, hasn't it? And it's in a Tyne Hornby box, R414. Yeah, we got the right thing there. Of course, Super 4 came along in the Trying Railways period. Let's just have a quick look at that. It's a lovely illustration. So typically I went to find this tunnel and got this box out, and then ended up looking at these a handful of these items and getting bogged down in it. So let's just pop that on there. There we go. Let's put a few things down there. So there's the tunnel. I don't think I'll be able to wrestle a tunnel out of the box one-handed, but some nice info about other products on the back of the box there. I have shown this in another video. I can't remember when I had that in the video, quite some time ago. The box has seen better days, but I'll break from the video in a moment. We'll get that out of the box and we'll pop it on the railway. So these are platform sections that go along with the Super 4. It's from that era, so early 60s. We've got straight platform sections there. So I had plenty of those out on the last railway, and I'm going to leave that and put that back together when I've got both hands. Oh, there we go, we've got it. We've got an engine shed there. That's a terrific illustration on these. So sadly didn't get any engine sheds out on this railway yet. I did have time, not time, there was a time when I could have sort of built them in, but there we go, there's an engine shed. Again, I'm not going to be able to get that one out of the box. So Trying Railways engine shed. I'll stick a catalogue picture of one of those in the corner of the screen there. But yeah, maybe another incarnation of the railway, another date perhaps. What we got there, single track level crossing as well, hand operated. So all sorts of sort of goodies in here which could come out and play another day. What we've got there. So a set of 3 line-side huts perhaps. Yeah, set of 3 line-side huts. I think we've got some of these out on the railway already, loose ones I think. And that is another curved level crossing, and more straight platform pieces. Another, is that a single track level crossing? Single track level crossing, and a crane, the platform crane. Perhaps we really ought to get that out at some point. So I think we'll just pop these redundant items back in the box here for another time. We'll pop the lid on here and not get too bogged down in those, and I'll just get that tunnel out of the box. There we go. Got the old tunnel. It's fairly faded, I think. I think the reds on the ends of this should be a great deal more vibrant. So maybe it's been in the sunlight for a fair bit of its life. Although the greens look quite nice, don't they? A nice footpath, a little bit like the rubber one. It's quite a nice detail there. Let's just put the two down together. We'll have a look. Let's see if I can position that there and there, and then we'll see if we can get something to run around. So I think that looks quite nice. Actually, let's rotate that around the curve a little bit more. We've got it there and there. So again, you've got that sort of footpath running up there. Similar effect there. So they carried over the same sort of thinking, but yeah, unstable is the word I'm looking for the material that's made out of. So let's grab some control here, and I think, yeah, we've got the B12 over there. So let's see if we can get the B12 to come around. There, let's slow that down in case of any accidents. I've got the handhelds all plugged in for the 00. Yeah, so that's fairly good. I'm just going to swap a handheld around here so we can get a bit closer to the action perhaps. So that one goes on there. Actually no, it goes on there. We want this side here. And then let's grab that particular handheld. And let's have a look at that. Let's back that up again. turned it on, have I? There we go. So let's try that this time. So we'll back that up. So that seems to run around there quite nicely. So I think we'll put one of the slightly longer coaches on, give it a quick test, and I think we're probably about there with the video today. I don't want to keep it too long. Try and keep it reasonable. I know some of the ones in the past have become very long. Let's pop that on there. There we go. So we've got the buffet car. There's an early 70s one that's got the plastic white rimmed wheels on it. Just to see there. So it's quite a bit longer, isn't it? So let's run that all the way around, just because we can. We'll just come back a little bit. Let's see if we can get over the top of this. This camera doesn't like doing this. It's using a different camera today. There we go. Let's see how that one does. Looking pretty good. I've had a bit of a stutter on some points over there by the sounds of it. So let's just back that up and see that coming through there. A little bit bigger than I was thinking. Yeah, so I think that tunnel's going to live there for a while. So I think that's quite a nice addition. But I think that's probably it for this time. Sorry about that, I abruptly cut there because I was just saying goodbye and then, or about to say goodbye, and I realised we were going to look at the catalogue and just have a look at this tunnel, this plastic tunnel in the catalogue. So this is a 64 catalogue. It's got a blue Pullman on the front, and it's a wonderful motor car here. So we'll just have a swift flick through here. Again, we've got shadows everywhere. So winter time, 2 of my lights in here have now gone. I've been saying I'm going to get replacements for them for months, I think it is now, months. It's taken, I don't know why I just don't go ahead and do it, but there you go. It just means some ordering these things up and then climbing up, so we've got loads of really good stuff on here. So there, I think we'll try and get, in the next few weeks, we'll try and get an L1 out with these blood and custard type coaches. So the ones from the 60s we had out earlier on. So let's just have a quick whiz through here, and there's that lovely B12. I say the one I've got on the railway does have a smoke unit, but it is disconnected at the moment. And yeah, I don't think we're ever going to run it quick enough to get the smoke. A lovely L1 there. Somebody's written all the prices in here, so maybe this was a shop copy. So quite nice to have the prices. Lovely, lovely items. Really deep blue on these things, isn't it? So let's not get too caught up in that. What we really want to do is find, there's those lovely blood and custard coaches. I was mistaken. It wasn't, I don't think it was those early 70s coaches I had on the railway recently. It was these blood and custards, wasn't it? These slightly longer 10-inch ones. Getting confused now. I'm sure somebody will be able to correct me on that. And there are more wagons, lights, rocket launchers, bomb carrier. Must get one of those out and have a look at it. Lifting bridge that never really made it, although I think there was a kit version of it came along at some point. I remember last time we mentioned it in this catalogue, somebody told me that they'd got one. I think it sort of surfaced in the early 70s. And more Super 4, these wonderful CKD kits. I do have the Electra that we're going to have a look at, although it's been renamed. I can't remember which way it had been which name it's got now. I know we looked at it, I picked it up in Gaydon a few months ago, and we must get that on the bench and have a look at it. There we go. There we got the tunnel. So R576 single track tunnel, and we've got 10 and 6. So that's the one we got there on the railway today. So although when you look at the colour of that, and then look at the colour of this. I think maybe, I don't know, in my mind it's more vibrant on the front. Maybe later ones were more vibrant. So we may as well just flick straight through here, have a quick look at those. And these wonderful mimic cars. So it is a rather a splendid range of things. You'd need a lot of space to do justice to this system, I think. A whole new bad habit. Amazing stuff. Look at that transporter and the ferry. And just all these other bits and pieces, that such an extensive range of items. That and the railway. Oh, we do have a price list there. I'd forgotten about that. That's a 1st January 63 price list. Tyne Toys Electric Motorway Series. So you can have a quick look down there at some of the pricing there. So I'll get a copy of this and I'll put it at the end of the video. So if you want to have a look at it in detail, you can freeze it or screenshot it and have a look. I'd forgotten this was in here. It's printed on very, very fine paper. Very, very fine. It's very, very delicate. So yeah, that's pretty good. So a carousel there, and there's some wonderful items on the back here. Don't have one of those. It's there's some interesting variations of those, but I think that's probably it. Let's pop that down. I know I was trying to say goodbye before, but let's just get this out on the rails again. Let's get this running round. There we go, once more through the tunnel. And we'll bring this up to the station. There we go. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye now.